Hi guys, so today is March the 4th and we are finally out in the garden. I mean, we've been out here, but we get to bring you guys along with us. But before we get started, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. After you watch the video, if you like content like this and you're so excited for like weekly garden tours this growing season, please make sure to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment if you guys have a question or anything like that, or even if you just want to say something about the bed, just leave a comment for us and we like to interact with you guys that way. But we'll get started with our garden tour. I have Farmer Friend with me today, and he was up bright and early, of course, doing all of the garden chore or the animal chores, like morning chores, feed and water. And then I looked out, and he was filling these beds behind us. So
yeah, so this morning, since it is such a nice day, spring-like, even though we're not quite there yet,
yeah.
I figured let's take advantage of it. The ground's starting to dry out a little bit, so the ruts that I created in the yard over there, try to do some light backtracking, backfilling, and things like that, just so the tractor wouldn't continue to dig in, and then jumped in and checked our compost, and it was mostly fluffy. There are some frozen spots down in the base of it, but for the most part it was good. So really just started to fill up some of the beds, get it to the height so it can start to rest, get all settled in. And the chickens are free ranging today, and they've been helping massage the soil and get that activated.
Kicking around, scratching it up.
They took up a good amount of worms, so the compost that we had over there is still composting, I guess, and the worms are still leaving their droppings, which is so nutritious. So we'll just show you a little bit of where we are so far with filling up the beds and a couple other things as we go on the tour.
Alright, look, I just want to show you guys this. This is our view in the background. The girls are over there with the goatees running around doing their thing. But, oh, I just love that. I just love that. But, alright, so we're going to tell you guys. And again, remember, if you have watched any of the garden videos, in one of those videos I explained that you do have to go through and fill up your beds each season, because we added filler at the bottom of our beds, which I suggest everyone do that first year, but really just limbs from the trees. I wouldn't put any weeds or anything in there, but if you have like wood chips, like I said, old mulch, old tree stuff, yeah,
anything like that, that's just good filler.
Yeah.
These are 1 foot high, and generally most plants just need about 6 inches
of good soil.
So that'll help save on some of the soil, the compost that you put in there. Fill that in, and over time, bigger logs, wood, grass, all those things will break down and just be added to your overall compost and your soil. So
yep. And so you guys see these beds are pretty much to the top. I mean, we can go in and add a little bit more if we'd like, but I'll show you on this bed here really how much it has sank. Let's see if I can get it. So if you see, it was all the way at the top last season, and all of the filler has now broken down and become soil. So you know, it sank that much, and because like I said, we grew in these beds last year, and once you're taking up the plants, they eat up the soil, and they take a little bit of the soil as you're ripping and cleaning out of your beds. So,
and you may see little rocks and pebbles and things like that. We don't filter those out. They actually help to keep the water flowing through. If it was a big rock like this, we would make sure that that's out. But little rocks, stones, pebbles, that's okay.
Yeah.
When you think about the ground out there, if you go into the ground, that's all going to be there. So it is natural. It's just regular how it is. It helps to keep water in there and flowing through, as well as air getting in there and aerating, and you know, providing that oxygen for the soil. So if you have a little bit of rocks in your compost or your soil, that's not a problem. It's natural, and those things just help I guess aerate or keep things moving along throughout the soil, so you don't have any, you know, big wet spots or dry spots or anything like that.
Yes. Yes. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Like I said, Farmer Friend has really been filling up our beds today and getting us ready for the growing season. Now, we'll walk you guys around. Our kitchen garden right here is approximately 22 beds. One of them is a smaller bed here, and that was just for more of an aesthetic look. But I'm planning on doing something just a little bit different with that this year, and making it really like a tiered garden bed for strawberries. So I'm excited about that. Look, this little chicken must have really wanted to dig around today, because that is a deep hole right there. So like Sylvester said, the chickens have been out here in the garden and they have been scratching around, just kind of getting the soil all nice and fluffy for us to garden in this year. So I'll start at this end, and if you notice, we do have the chicken coop and the chicken run in the center of the garden. I think that that's very nice when we're out here and they're just doing their thing. We do have to reseed, so we'll share a video of reseeding their run and all of that. But again, so down this way we grew all of our oh, you think that's still good? I don't think so.
No, I'm just smelling it.
Yeah.
It smells real good.
Yeah.
Real oniony.
Yeah. This was our onion bed last year. But anyway, so this video doesn't get too long and we're rambling. This is the outside of our kitchen garden. We have these trellis up for tomatoes, and what we did was use a cattle panel and 2 T-posts and zip ties. That's like the easiest way to do tomatoes in the garden, and then you still have all of the outside space to use to grow other things, and even underneath the tomatoes. So you guys will see that once we move out here, and I'll show you planting, and I'll show you companion planting, and I'll show you just the whole kebab. This is the center of our garden space here, and I really wanted to have like some sort of decking so that we can just come out here and commune, like, and sit in the garden and rest and have a good time. And again, excuse all of the oddball things. We're just really, it's the beginning of the season. We're doing garden cleanup, and then this year I will have a project with this deck, and we'll take you guys along with that, of course. And again, I was mentioning we did not finish off the garden space because last year our biggest concern was to just go ahead and be able to grow in there. So this year we will be doing all the finishes. You guys will see us do our fencing around the perimeter. We're going to be adding the little play set over there for the girls off of the garden. And then the other big thing that we're going to be adding this year, which I'm mostly excited about, is the cottage garden. And that's where all of the perennials, like our herbs and artichoke and asparagus, and I'm wanting like a few berry bushes, things like that, will go in the cottage garden. And it'll be kind of like self-sustaining. Like I'll show you guys the area. It's like a low spot in the land, so the ground stays nice and wet over here. So basically it's gonna come from the edge of the chicken run over there, and then kind of just make a little crescent circle right over here. And you guys will also again get to see this process, because I do not plan on tilling this. So I'm going to walk you guys step by step on how to just put in like an instant garden. And I can't wait to do that because I feel like it's going to be really cool. But again, this is where all of our perennials will grow. And that way next season and the seasons after, I won't have to plant each herb. They'll already be here growing in the ground, and it's just going to be an extension to our kitchen garden. So yeah, so we have a lot of plans this season, and we are just so excited to be sharing it with you all, and we can't wait to take you guys along with us with everything. And again, we just hope that this channel can like help anybody at any stage of gardening, and for something for everyone to learn. So again, we're just excited. Yeah. And we're gonna keep working and taking y'all along with us.
Yep. So thank you for joining us on our, I guess, our first tour of the season, kind of the preseason, some of the prep work and some of the plans. So we're really excited to share that with you and be on this homesteading, gardening, farming journey with us.
All right. Thank you. And as always, God bless.